Good morning. This is Jim Whitehead of Phoenix Animal Today. That's an all-power group channel that is just for animals. And I had done live in the past, mainly vertical live. Today I'm doing, and hopefully, when you haven't done something for a while, you hope it's good. I'm doing, the typical landscape or 16:9. So we're going to see how it works. Okay, the title today is What Animal is the Most Intelligent in the World? Now, I have given it away with my thumbnail, but that's okay. I know they kind of say you shouldn't tell anybody right up front what you're doing because then they won't watch what you're doing, but that's okay. I get it. Anyway. Dolphins are wonderful, happy, friendly. They even have saved lives. But just to make you feel better, I have, at the end, I have 5 runner-ups. So you will find that, luckily we have quite a few smart animals. Okay, now there we go. You see, dolphins are so smart that they go to school and they graduate from college. And they all have to just stand there and, they are congratulated on their success. And then they can, when it's done, they can put their talus or whatever we call it over to the other side of their cap. And they are officially graduated. Yeah, they can even do mathematics, and they're that smart. I mean, really, I wouldn't have it where you'd say, why are they thought of as being so smart? It's because they really are. Anyway, now, what you're seeing here is a form of dolphin communication. They have their front, their heads facing each other, and they're able to, you can't really totally explain it, but they can really kind of get the other one to understand what they're thinking. Now, I'm not making that up. When I go through and pull all my studying for what I'm going to present, this is one of the lists that, they had it. Anyway, as, they're the smartest animal on Earth, aside from humans. And I'm not even sure about that, to be honest with you. It is widely believed to be a bottlenose dolphin through a few others like great apes, elephants, and crows give them strong competition. Here's why dolphins often take the top spot. Okay. Extraordinary intelligence. There we are again. They have large brains. And if you think about it, look at the head. And I do admit it would be where you can't just look at someone's head and say they got a big brain. But scientifically, they do have big brains. Large brains relative to their body size, second only to humans, with highly developed neocortex for complex thought, emotion, and planning. What do you think of that? Planning. Their brains have more folds. Now, you won't be tested on this. They're called gyri than ours, which are linked to advanced cognitive abilities. They have complex communication. And I'm not necessarily meaning they're standing at a blackboard telling the class how and what they're doing in the sense of the formulas, but they do have complex communication. Dolphins use a sophisticated system of clicks, whistles, and body language. Each dolphin has a unique signature whistle, like a personal name, and they remember other dolphins' names for decades. And, I'm going to be honest. And this is one of my big weaknesses. I don't remember names real well. I would be more apt to remember your phone number than I would remember your name. So that's kind of weird. But, I know it gets into the left brain, right brain, or no brain. But anyway, some scientists believe their communication might be a form of proto-language, one of the closest animal analogs to human speech. Now, they have a capacity of problem solving and tool use. Now, what you're seeing here, wild dolphins use sponges to protect their snouts while foraging on the ocean floor. See, that's smart. They're saying, hey, I'm going to buffer or protect my nose or in my mouth. If that isn't smart, I don't know what else is. Why are we always cutting ourselves? Because we're stupid. But anyway, that's beside the point. A clear example of tool use and cultural learning passed down through generations. They can solve puzzles, understand abstract concepts, and even recognize themselves in mirrors, a sign of self-awareness shared only with humans, great apes, elephants, and magpies. Now, one of the famous attributes that we can give to dolphins are they have empathy and cooperation. What you're seeing here, they work together to herd fish, protect injured pod members, and have been known to help humans in distress. As I said earlier, they do. And, that's high-level intelligence because, in a lot of cases, animals are afraid of humans, and a dolphin doesn't have that fear. Maybe they should in some senses, but they will, at sea, if they find some distress situation, they will very readily, have it where they will help someone. Their playfulness and curiosity aren't just for fun. They serve as ways to learn, build bonds, and develop social intelligence. Wow. Now that I've praised and told you all about our smart little dolphins, I'm going to give you those that we feel are contenders. The first one, and I think between you and I love, dolphins, but I also want to make sure that I'm highlighting that there are other smart animals. Now, elephants, in fact, I kind of was hoping elephants would be on the top. And I love dolphins, but I mean, I love elephants. So, you know, there they are. They're looking at you, they're saying, hey, what are you thinking? So, number one are elephants. Then we move on to the great ape. The great ape is, if you think, they probably have the same size brain that generally we would have. And they're also very smart. I've done presentations where there was one great ape, and there's more instances of this, but this great ape could really learn multiple words, sign language, and it wasn't where you'd say, well, they're just a mimicking. No, they're not. They know what they're saying. Okay, the third one is the orangutan. Now, again, what can you say about that beautiful little or big animal? They're smart too. Now, one that I was not, I was kind of surprised. Crows and ravens. They solve, and this is interesting, multi-step puzzles, make tools, and even plan for the future. I read this, but I admit when I'm actually, doing this for you, some of the things I kind of, it personifies in my mind things where this raven is saying, I'm planning, it's almost Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I'm planning, I'm planning for the holidays. Now, another animal is the octopus. Now, I would have never guessed this, but as you know, I always say my theme with any of these is I don't make stuff up. I don't embellish it, make something sound better than it is or worse than it is. Anyway, the octopuses, they escape closures, use shells as armor, and learn through observation. So, in other words, I guess if you were standing in front of one and you were doing something like fixing something in a screwdriver, that octopus would say, hey, give me the screwdriver, I'll finish it up for you. Anyway, these are my wonderful animals, and I'm so blessed to be here and have this opportunity to do this. If anybody sits there and says, what a waste of time, it's boring, who cares? Well, in today's world, having some nice things happen is not a bad idea. I want to thank you for being here. And yes, I'm going to go back to live. I was doing for a good long time vertical live. But the good news is you can do horizontal, if you want to call it 16 by 9 live. And pretty soon, the neat thing, you're going to have the best of both worlds. You're going to be able to do a video like this presentation, and you'll be able to, in so many words, have it where it's in both vertical, which is 9 inches wide by 16 inches high in so many words, and this format, which is 16 inches wide and 9 inches tall. So you want to have that flexibility because some things just don't lend itself well to the 9 by 6, the skinny size that you definitely would see in shorts. Shorts are 9 by 16. But a lot of times it's hard fitting some things in that format. So it's nice as we're moving forward to have it where we can do multiple formats live. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Like and subscribe. Please tell me anything you want or don't want, or you don't like, or you love. It's certainly very much appreciated. And thank you for being here. And thank you again, Jim.